You want to tell me he
No,
picked it?
no, it's your show.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just sitting here guessing.
Yeah. Well, I bet you didn't get this one.
I did.
Round 6, pick 42. The guy who won me the $1 bet.
Yeah, but I did not get that one.
Devin Leary. No, that's not it. Debo.
Let's make note to self. Call Eric DaCosta.
Debo said I had to do that to give you a hard time. Oh, okay. Oh man, they had such a good draft. My goodness, the first 4 picks I could go in 5 picks. I could go in any one of those. You know who I'm going to go with? I don't know if you start with him. Tez Walker.
No. You talked about him.
Yeah, I just talked about him at the top of the show too. So
I know. Oh, so you're changing up. So you don't like
I love TJ Tampa.
Okay, then talk about him. You
but
made
we
the
talked
wrong.
about it at the top of the podcast as well.
Yeah, I know. Tez, he did find his hands because he left them in a suitcase at the Senior Bowl. He actually reattached them down to his pro day.
All right. Well, Tez Walker, I mean, he's developmental, so he may not get a chance to play. But in terms of TJ Tampa, he has the chance to play. And we talked about Nate Wiggins also having the chance to play, and just how the Ravens continually find guys to come in there and fit their system. I'll mention quickly, round 3, pick 30, Adisa Isaac. They also, he fits the type, right? Of like Udafa Owe, of the young man out of Michigan towards Achilles, David Ajabo.
Yeah.
He's that type of player, it feels like. And he has a chance to, the arrow's pointing up. He's a freak athlete who's just learning to play it and put it all together. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean,
I'm not even going to guess because you think you fell in love with every single one of these guys.
You have to admit, this was a pretty good draft.
I do. I thought Omar and Coach Tomlin did a phenomenal job adjusting to what Arthur Smith. They're getting back to smash mouth football.
Let's talk about, because I don't think I've talked a lot about him at all this week, even though we're probably related. Peyton Wilson.
Okay.
Are you any concerns? Obviously, you probably have concerns about the 24 years old and the chronic history of injury. But my goodness, if you get lucky and he stays healthy, this guy gets after it.
Yeah, great sideline to sideline range. He can cover. I think he can rush the passer when they run him on blitzes. Just needs to get more physical, using the hands, taking on blockers. But I think that can be taught. But, putting him with Patrick Queen, they're going to be much better at linebacker than they were a year ago.
Would you have had any hesitation at the end of round 3 rolling the dice on him?
I would have to wait and see what the medical was, what our doctor said. I'm not going to overrule our doctors, but apparently they felt comfortable enough with it. Not the football player.
Just the injuries, yeah.
Just the injuries.
All right, Cincinnati Bengals. I think you can pick this one.
Well, just like I said, look at the Steelers. We talked about it on HQ. Roman Wilson, Peyton Wilson, Russell Wilson, Ryan Wilson.
Not yet. Not yet. Would you sign me to a one-day contract if you were on my con?
No.
Wouldn't even give me that moment in the sun momentarily. All right, you know the Bengals won, I bet.
Yes, I do. Pick number 6.
Round
18.
6. Pick 18. Tanner McLaughlin, tight end. So it turns out he had a core muscle injury, according to NFL Network, and that's why he slipped a little bit. I liked him like round 4, and we talked about him last week in the lead up to the draft.
Is that one of our 5-star reviews?
No, it was one of the 18 players. You picked 9, and I picked 9, I think, because he wouldn't give you explicit.
He didn't say exactly how many.
Right.
It was 10 one year. All of a sudden, he chopped one off each one of us. But he didn't say 5, say 10. 9's kind of an odd number Debo came up with.
9 is, in fact, odd. 9 plus 9 is even, though, 18. But Tanner McLaughlin, 6'5", 6'6". He ran in the 4.6s. You talked about him being a long strider, and I think that's right. But once he gets going down the field, I thought he had the ability to run through arm tackles. He had a good catch radius, big catch radius, and caught everything. 55 targets, 0 drops last year, if I recall correctly. And then finally, Cleveland Browns. Only had 6 picks. First one didn't come until pick 52, I believe is what it was, midway through round 2. Michael Hall Jr. was a home run. Now look at that. Well, there's slim pickings after that. Zach Zentor was hurt, so we didn't spend a lot of time talking about him. I mentioned Nathaniel Watson before the Senior Bowl there, but I think you have to get excited about Michael Hall Jr. in that defense with Jim Schwartz because he's going to be getting after it. Is there such thing as the situational defensive tackle pass rusher?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's what he is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.